Hey, ICCD Online Sign Language Class Level 2. We are at week 2 on our new vocabulary words. So today is letter B. So we have 30 words starting with the letter B to help expand your sign vocabulary. Okay, so the first is back. And this is referring to did something come back? And it's kind of what we call a loan sign, so we finger spell it back. So B-A-C-K, or back. You could even just do B-K. B-A-C-K, back. And so this one, if a person, oh, did they come back from the store or something? Back. Next one is background. We have background, B-G, background, background. Next we have bully. So we take the person, our kind of the sign for cow, and rub up on them, being mean, bully, picking on them, bully. Next we have buddy. That we can sign friend, friend. Or if you have a close friend, best friend, best friend. So buddy or best friend. Next is balance, balance. So it's important to have a good balance diet, balance. Just kind of going up and down like that. Next word is bargain. And this one we could say negotiate. So we're taking the letter N's, negotiate. You could do discuss for bargain, or even persuade and convince for bargain. So those are a few options for the word bargain. Negotiate, discuss, kind of going back and forth, or persuade and convince. Next we have basic, basic. Just kind of a B under here, basic. Next is battle, battle. It's also a sign for war. We could also do fight for battle, or war, battle. Next is beat. So like if you win or you lose, I beat you, I beat you, I beat you. You can do one hand beat. Another one is defeat, defeat. Or even if it was a serious beating, this is kind of like to blow out of the water. Next we have become, become, become. Kind of hands together, become. Not to be confused with peace, become, become. Next is before. So it could be in the past, before, if we're referring to time, before. Or it could be before a certain time, or before. So there's a variety of ways that we can sign before. Next we have behave, behave. With the B's in action, behave. Next is benefit, benefit, benefit. Putting a coin in your pocket, benefit. Next is bet, bet. So it's like you have your two cards perhaps and you bet and you put them down, bet, bet. Next is better, better, better. And then if we want to do best, we go up even higher. Best, best. And ASL kind of slang would be champ, champ, for best, ultimate best. So better or best. Next we have bitter, bitter. Ooh, that tastes bitter. Next is blind, blind. A bent V by the eyes, blind, blind. And you could always say can't see as well, blind. Next is bored, bored, or boring, bored. Next word we have is bridge, bridge. like the support system, bridge. Next is brief. Could be short, brief, maybe a brief report, or a brief summarized report, summarized. So brief is short or even summarized. Brief. Next, brave, 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 brave. Or some people do brave and kind of come out big, brave, brave. Next, breath. So your hands on your, like where your lungs might be kind of, and breath, breath. Next is boss, boss, boss. Next word is bury. So this is like the ground marker here, and this is the casket going down. Bury, or in a grave, bury. Or if you're like digging a hole to bury something, then you could show whatever that is going down there. So for example, if you're planting a tree, I'm gonna dig a hole, and then the tree, I buried the tree in there and put the dirt around it. So that one's more, a lot of classifiers are used to describe the word bury instead of signing bury, because this refers to a person being buried, as we see this classifier here, bury. Next is building. So we take the two H's and put them on top of each other, building. Next word we have is brand. So that's referring to, we could do a label, a brand, name, or a type or a kind. Like, I like Kroger brand food or products. So it can do type or kind for brand, or name, or even the label for brand. Next is boil, boil. And this can refer to water, or even if I'm angry and upset and I'm boiling mad, you can use that for boiling as well, like temper. But that one has to have facial expressions. But if you're just boiling water, like water, boil for 5 minutes, boil. And you might see some people do kind of like the bubbles coming up, boil. Next is borrow. So we take our two K's on top of each other, pull back, borrow. I'm gonna borrow $100, borrow, borrow. If you wanna lend, then you give it out, lend, lend. So borrow comes towards me, or lend goes out as we give it away. Next is bone, bone. We take our bent V's, cross them, bone. This is also a sign for poison, bone, or skeleton. So it just depends on the context of the sentence. And last one is beginning. So we take our pointer finger, here's our 5, turn it in like we're turning the key, beginning, beginning, or start, beginning. All right, so those were our 30 words of new vocabulary that start with the letter B. Hope you enjoy and practice putting these into sentences and showing your friends and family and your deaf friends too. And we look forward to seeing you next week. God bless you.